Hey, it's Jamie, and today we're rehashing Genesis 36 to 38. Today's chapters have a ton of lineage going on in there, and if you're interested in lineage, take a read, but it also has a few really good takeaways that I prefer to talk about today, if that's all right. So the last chapters ended with Jacob being renamed Israel by the Lord, as he would be the stronghold of many nations. Side note here, I love Bible math, and maybe you do too. Jacob, renamed Israel, has 12 sons in total in his life. Israel, the actual Israel, has the 12 tribes of Judah. Mathin' in the Bible, I love it. In Jacob's old age, he did bear a son, like we've mentioned before, with his love Rachel, Rachel's first and Jacob's 11th, and they named him Joseph. Jacob, or Israel now, took a pretty big shine to his boy Joey, and one day when Joseph ratted out his brother for God only knows what, stole the last Oreo or gave him an atomic wedgie, I don't know, Jacob gave his boy an ornate robe as a gift. This is where Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat comes from, in case you didn't know. And this gift instantly sparked the jealousy of his brothers, of course, and probably made it a little awkward with the bros for Joey. Then Joey starts having weird dreams, all of which he shares with his family, and all of which basically showed the brothers bowing down to Joseph in some way. So obviously now, the broskies are super double stampsies, no erases ticked off, and they make a plan to kill Joseph. I don't know, because noogies aren't a thing yet? Like, that seems like going from 0 to 60 pretty quick. But anyways, they do decide they could make a little money if they sell him instead, so that's what they do. They dip the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat in some blood, took it home to Mom and Pop's. Israel, formerly known as Jacob, is devastated. He would take no comfort from anyone and stated that he would be officially in mourning until he joins his son in the grave. Yikers. Israel, baby, I can feel your pain. A lot of us mama bears can, and papa bears. Now, meanwhile, Israel, or Jacob, Israel's son Judah, whose idea it was to sell Joseph in the first place, marries Shua, and they start having babies. His firstborn baby being named Er. Now, Er married Tamar, and then God killed Er. The Bible just states that he was wicked in the Lord's sight, so he was offed. Then Judah makes his son Onan sleep with Tamar to produce a son for her, and he withdrew instead of impregnating her, so God offed him as well. What did I tell you about all the sexual trickery rampant in Genesis? Anyways, so that's 2 of Jacob's grandsons, now dead. So then, according to custom, she's supposed to marry or sleep with another brother, but he was too young and Judah was getting worried about his kid simply dying. So he tells Tamar to go live with her father as a widow until Shelah, his next son in line, was old enough to marry her. But Shelah grows up and it seems to Tamar that old Judah, oh baby, he's reneging on the deal. What do you want? He sold his brother. He's obviously not a good guy. So Tamar changes out of her widow clothes and puts on a black veil. Prostitutes wore them to disguise their face back then, and so did wives in mourning, so it made sense for her to do this. She then goes and sits outside of town and she waits for Judah, who sees her. Not knowing it's his daughter-in-law, he propositions her for sex, leaving her his identification cord and walking stick as a placeholder for him to return with payment. Now, no one knows of this prostitute that he speaks of and has sex with, but he finds out that Tamar, his daughter-in-law, has prostituted herself, and he calls for her immediate death because she be slutty now. In Tamar's eyes, she was owed a baby, and Judah didn't come good for it. So Tamar got it however she could by tricking her father-in-law Judah into thinking she was a Friday night lady. But now, big backfire, she's being led to her death. Just as Tamar was about to get burnt by the townsfolk, she sends a message to Judah saying, "Hey, the man that impregnated me has this ID cord and walking stick. Look at it closely and then figure yourself out, bud." So Judah, understanding that this was all because he didn't come good on the deal, it was all because he propositioned her, he calls Tamar righteous and calls off her death so she can now give birth to her twins. So what can we take away from today? Let's start with jealousy and comparison. Both are against the Lord's standards of living, but from day to day, we forget sometimes to be grateful for what we have instead of pining for what other people have. And how does the Lord take this? Well, he kills off a few of Judah's kids, that's for sure. But Judah and his brothers can't possibly be focused on the Lord at all. If their minds are full of ill will towards Joseph and others, they stray from the Lord. And so do we. When we watch a video of somebody at a cool place or with cool things, we aren't thanking the Lord that we are right where we are we? No, we're wondering why can't we have that thing? Why can't we go to that place? We're forgetting that He has a plan for each of us and that we should be grateful for it and for all that we have. I mean, right now, you have a little video box in your hand that lets you watch this. How blessed are you? So I think Judah and his bros leave us with our takeaway today. Rather than long for things that others have. Now, tomorrow we're reading Genesis 39 to 41 if you want to read ahead. I'd love to hear about your takeaway from today. If you had one, if you read it, please comment. And I hope you have a blessed day. Don't forget to say your prayers. This is the Bible in a Year theme song.